Good morning. This is the business cycle for AP Macroeconomics. So where we're going to start is with a long, steady, slow incline of 3% GDP with a subscript R, which stands for real GDP. So this line is what we want to be our slow and steady amount of economic growth each year. We want to improve our GDP by 3% per year. So during that long, steady uphill climb, we're going to have ups and downs in the economy. Those ups and downs are represented by the business cycle. So it looks like a wave that you would see in science. And what we have a peak, we have a trough, which are our high points and our low points during that cycle. So anytime we have a peak, that means that GDP is temporarily maxed out. So what I mean by temporarily maxed out GDP is that everybody is working and we have little to no unemployment. So when we have a temporary max of GDP and a business cycle is doing we're at the peak of the business cycle, that means everyone's working and we're producing all the GDP that is potentially available in our economy. So all the jobs are filled and everyone's doing the best they can with resources and technology. So as we learned in our last class, that when GDP is going well and people are working, they're going to be using resources and demanding items. Therefore, we're going to have inflation at our peak. So naturally, during a cycle, when prices are high, when people have purchased the items they need, they're going to have a slowdown because they're not going to purchase those items over and over again. And that slowdown is where we're going to start to have a recession. Now, that recession doesn't mean the kind of recession where people are losing jobs, just that the economy is receding or slowing down, kind of contractionary, and it'll cruise along until it hits what we call the trough. That's when there's going to be enough unemployment to where GDP is going to slow down and people are going to say, well, I need to go get another job. And then we're going to have a recovery when that happens. So as we get out of this trough where we have some unemployment, we're going to have a recovery, and then that's going to allow us to try and get jobs again and be productive. Okay? Now, in classical economics, what we did was during this trough we have the invisible hand. You can draw a little hand if you want to. That's not very good. I don't know what that is, but it's supposed to be a hand. Anyways, so Adam Smith in classical economics, this is how he said that with profit motive we will get up and go work, and that's how the economy will naturally fix itself when it has a downturn in the business cycle. So if we follow along that path in the long run, we will have these ups and downs, but we'll continue to cruise along our 3% GDP growth. So this profit motive tells us that we'll go back to work, and throughout the business cycle we'll have those ups and downs. Remember, pi stands for inflation. So when we have this inflation, it's going to slow down naturally, then we're going to hit a trough, and then the invisible hand's going to make people go to work because they have bills to pay, and that's going to be the ups and downs of the business cycle.